Hi, my name is Logan Dutka, and today I'm going to do my case study analysis on the Carolina Panthers. I'll be going over four different things today: the financial overview, the franchise philosophy, stadium economics and media deals, and the overall economic outlook for the team. So, first, the financial overview. The franchise ownership model is one that operates with a sole controlling owner, which is David Tepper as of July of 2018. He bought the Carolina Panthers after disinvesting his take with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He bought the team for $2.275 billion, which set a record at the time. The leadership structure under Tepper is the executive team that follows Christy Coleman, the general manager Dan Morgan, newly acquired in 2024, and the new head coach Dave Canales. The owner philosophy is learn it, earn it, return it, which emphasizes the competitiveness of the team and the community impact. Now onto the value of the franchise. So I got all of my information from Forbes. They estimated that the current value of the team is $4.5 billion as of 2024. This gives them $109 million in operating income, ranking them 28th to 29th among NFL teams. This shows historic growth for the team because they were bought for $2.275 billion in 2018. So since that number has gone up, it shows continued appreciation in today's valuation. The acquisition of the 2018 purchase includes not only the Carolina Panthers, but also stake in stadium operations, all of this totaling into that $2.275 billion. Now into the franchise philosophy. So going into free agency, drafting, roster management and payroll, and then penalties like salary cap and luxury tax. So, free agency and drafting. The Panthers have a balanced rookie development with strategic signings trying to bring veteran presence in with the new rookies that they bring in from the draft. So, in the past free agency, they retained 8 of their own free agents and signed 7 external ones, prioritizing key positions like JC Horn, which I'll talk about later. Like I said, they have a strong rookie focus. So, trying to build around young QB Bryce Young, who was the number one overall draft in 2023. This gives them supplemented cap space investing that they invest during the 2025 free agency period, which was around $42 million. So, into roster management and payroll. Like I said, there are a few key contracts to focus on when looking at who the Panthers keep, who they sign, how much they pay them. JC Horn being one of the most important. So, he has a 4-year, $100 million contract with $25 million average annual value, and he is signed through 2029. He is the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. So, this shows his value and that the Panthers want to keep him on as long as they can. A few other important key contracts are Robert Hunt, 5-year, $100 million through 2028. Derek Brown, 4-year, $96 million through 2028. Trayvon Moehrig, 3-year, $51 million through 2027. And Taylor Moton, 2-year, $35 million through 2025. The overall spend for the team, the total cap liabilities remain at around $300 million, reflecting an aggressive commitment across the roster. Now, penalties, salary cap, luxury tax. The NFL enforces a hard cap with no luxury tax, so exceeding the cap isn't allowed. The Panthers were actually accused of bad team tax, which isn't anything enforced by the NFL, but just shows that the Panthers were overpaying for free agents that gave mediocre performance during multiple free agency periods. They have had no league sanctions, so no reported fines or league imposed penalties related to cap breaches. Now into the stadium economics and media deals. I'm going to talk about a lot of different things in this, mostly around financing, construction, advertising, broadcast deals, and naming rights. So, getting into stadium financing and construction costs. Bank of America Stadium was originally financed through pre sales of 128 private suites and approximately 62,000 permanent seat licenses. This totaled an estimated $147 million from the seat licenses and $65 million from private funding from the owner, which at the time was Jerry Richardson. In 2024, the Charlotte City Council approved an $800 million renovation. So $650 million was funded by tourism and hospitality tax, so by the city. And then $150 million was paid upfront from the Tepper Sports and Entertainment, with Tepper covering cost overruns and additional investments. The total construction cost for the original opening in 1996 was $500 million, and then the newest renovation construction cost gives us that $800 million. So, revenue sources, sponsors, and advertisers. So, sponsors and advertisers, obviously, you have naming rights partner of Bank of America since 2004. The original deal was $140 million for 20 to 25 years, and it was extended in December of 2023. The concessions deal includes Coca Cola products, partners like that. And then other sponsors include corporate involvement with premium areas and in stadium advertising. The primary facility revenue sources include ticket related sources, event related, premium experiences and concessions, naming rights, and media broadcasting. One of the most important ones for the Panthers is that event related revenue source because it includes NFL games, Major League Soccer matches because of Charlotte FC, NCAA bowl games, concerts, and community events. So it's all about the place you play. One of the downfalls of this place is actually the limited private land for mixed use development. The stadium sits on 33 acres, and Tepper Sports Entertainment owns little of the surrounding land, limiting mixed use development around the stadium. The naming rights details. So the naming rights deal with Bank of America Stadium started in 2004. It's a 20-year deal valued at $140 million, and it was extended in December of 2023. The terms are undisclosed, but people believe that the current naming rights sponsor will continue with the team. So, media deals. There aren't a lot of local broadcast deals. You can get some local flagship stations for radio, but most of the money from media deals comes from league shared media revenue. So, the NFL pools national TV deals, merch, and licensing revenues and then distributes them evenly among the teams. The exact figures per team aren't public, but the league revenues exceeded $20 billion annually, so that gets divided among 32 teams. Last but not least, we have the economic outlook. So, asset strength, revenue growth drivers, risks and challenges, and then the optimistic outlook for the Carolina Panthers. So, asset strength. The franchise is valued at $4.5 billion, showing strong revenue potential. The long term stadium investment also comes with this because the Panthers have secured a 20-year long commitment to stay in Charlotte until at least 2045 and 2046. Going into revenue growth drivers, the two main components for increased growth with the Carolina Panthers is increasing facility usage. So, more sports, more concerts, more events, and premium seating, suite licenses, naming rights, and the media revenue that they generate from the NFL pool. Risks and challenges. So, public backlash. The renovation that the city funded was called the worst economic development deal in 2024. In addition to this, you have limited expansion space. So, lack of mixed use space restricts additional revenue streams as well. The optimistic outlook for the Panthers. So, with stadium modernization and stadium anchor stability, the Carolina Panthers are positioned for continued revenue growth, maintained by hospitality tax funded upgrades and ongoing NFL media deals. The Panthers' popularity is growing as they continue to make the team better and more desirable for fans anywhere across the country, but especially the ones right outside the front door. Thank you so much.